Peace and love. I'm just going to be doing a little because I have to do some things early. I'm off work and worked all day yesterday. I worked all day yesterday on a connection that I was at least able to figure something on that was promising. And so it all started with closing tabs. So, believe it or not, I have closed a lot of tabs. Hey, Mama, Mozart, not that, okay? Don't choose something else. Not that. It's too noisy. What a way to start the stream. Uh, that is too noisy. Okay, don't chew that. All right, so this is Lawrence Faison, which I believe the way to say this. This is Lawrence Faison. So I was trying to close tabs. I think I have closed all of the tabs that had something to do with yesterday. Excuse me. And then this is a new one that results from yesterday. And then these are tabs back. These three I didn't get to document. When I say closing tabs, I mean going over here and writing down, maybe dating here and writing down what's going on here so that I can have some reference to where I left off because you just go so many places. So this is Lawrence Faison, and what does he have to do with anything? Okay, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you how I got to him. Because this is my aunt, Dorothy Boyd. That's my aunt. That's my father's sister. And Lawrence Faison, this one, I don't know if that's the son of the one that I just looked at, but is a match for her at 24 centimorgans. And that's not a high match, but it is because of her connection with Robert Jones, who matches her at 36 centimorgans. And he is a shared match with Dorothy, my aunt, and like these first five people. So I've been in touch with Nathan Hooker, which is out of North Carolina, and um, I could clearly see was a match that would be for my father's maternal maternal line. My father's mother's family. My father's mother's mother, Sally Sutton, was born in North Carolina according to the census. Okay. So I'm going to go, and I thought that, okay, I'm going to go and open the tab, and I'm going to do a tree search for Sara Sutton, who married a carver. Let's see. Okay, this is Sara Sutton, who married a carver, which is my grandmother's maiden name. And then she married a Atkins before, um, after. So her last name was Atkins when she passed away. I don't have a record of when she passed away. I'm still working on trying to find that. And so did I do? Did I find her? So this is Sara. And anytime you see all these double lines, it's something that needs to be cleaned up. What needs to be cleaned up? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look. So, all right. So I don't know who Sarah's mother is because the first census that I could find for her is in 1910. Now, this is an Indiana death certificate, but it's for her son, Cleo, Uncle Cleo. That was my Uncle Cleo. So I don't know about her. I don't have a death certificate for her. And maybe that might help with who her mother is if I just go ahead and invest in the time. But I think that they were saying that Bryant Sutton, this is her father. I think they were saying that his second wife, which is Gussie, most people thought that Gussie was the mother, but she's not because these girls, Sally, my great grandmother, Sally is actually, yeah, my great grandmother, and these are her sisters Lily, Dora, Charity, and Beatrice. Well, they all are on the 1910 census together, and they say very clearly, if you view the image, and I think I've done this before, but I'm doing it again. So here they are, and this is Bryant, married twice. Gussie, married once. So let me open it up more. Bryant, married twice. Gussie, married once. Says they've been married 14 years, but Dora, Charity, and Beatrice, or maybe this they think, I don't know, why this would say years married 14, other than he said he had been married 14 years, which probably is not true because he has daughters older than this. So Dora, Charity, and Beatrice, when you come over, so I'm following the line for Dora right here, Charity, and Beatrice, those three together. And if you come over, you'll see they say their father's birthplace was North Carolina. And although they were born in Mississippi, they say their father was born in North Carolina. And they say their mother was born in North Carolina. Okay? The other three girls, so three girls, the other three girls clearly have Mississippi, that their mother was born in Mississippi, and Gussie was born in Mississippi, and so Gussie also, so I would assume Gussie is their mother, but the other girls clearly say North Carolina, okay, right? So that means there's a 7-year-old in this house that was born in Mississippi. All three of them were, meaning the 14-year-old also was born in Mississippi, those three. And they are That means at least 14 years ago he was in Mississippi with a first wife, with the mother of these girls. When you go up to the top, so whenever I'm looking at the census report, I'm also looking for other people who say North Carolina, especially someone who says they were born in North Carolina and their parents were born in North Carolina. So now I'm going just up the same sheet, and I'm starting to see North Carolina, right? North Carolina right here. So this is someone, I don't even know who it is. I don't have to know who it is yet. I do, because I've done this already. But I'm just looking at this. I'm seeing this person was born in Mississippi. Their father was born in Mississippi, but their mother was born in North Carolina. Same for this 5-year old. I can see names over there, but I'm going this way. Same thing. Their parents um, are Mississippi and North Carolina. And then I go up one more, and here we have a person born in North Carolina. They started to write Mississippi, but she's born in North Carolina. So that means somebody had to make a correction. They took the time to make sure they got this right. Father was born in North Carolina. Mother was born in North Carolina. Well, she's unlikely to be the mother, but could be the mother of those children. And she does say that she had 6 children and only 2 are living, which are here and here. So this is the first time I'm realizing that she actually has saying that she had 6 children, but they've been married 8 years. And I know that she's not the mother of those girls in the house. I'm going to say who she is now. So this is people who are in the house with a person. So you can't even save them unless you make a place to save them. Okay? This is my great grandfather, Lucius Carver. And this is Mama Sarah. This is Sarah, who is the mother of Gladys, my father's mother. So you have her and her husband, Lucius, my great grandparents, and they're in the house. And it says here, nephew and niece, because that is the head of the house. So Gladys is the daughter of Sarah and Lucius. And this says Adi, but I really believe that's supposed to be a C. I don't know who that's supposed to be, because nobody ever knew about an Adi. And he fits the age of one of the other. He fits the age of Cleo, I think. But at any rate, so now here we have Sarah, and she's on the same page with her father, Bryant. We know that this was oral history. We knew that Bryant Sutton and these daughters here, we knew that she had all of these sisters. They were a part of our lives. So these sisters are not accounted for in oral history and being present in life, in as it proceeded with my father's family. So we know that that's Sarah and my grandmother. And so I already know North Carolina. What does that have to do with anything? First, let me come and give greetings if anyone is here. If anybody's here, greetings to you. I'm not going to stay. I'm just going to check and back and forth, but I'm going to continue what I'm doing here. So now I'm clear that Sarah was born in North Carolina. The 3 of her sisters down here were born in Mississippi, but their mother was born in North Carolina, as well as Sarah. And that these three, Bryant and a first wife, Sarah, that in 1900 they have to be somewhere together. Maybe they didn't make the census. They were in Mississippi though. So, and the reason I know they were in Mississippi, unless this is wrong, is because Dora and Charity were alive in 1900. Okay, so trust me, I've done a lot of digging, flipping pages in the 1900 census. Okay, but I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to go to Sarah Fowl, and I'm going to go to her husband, Lucius, because Lucius I do find in 1900. Okay, so I'm going to view. So they've been married 8 years. Okay, so if they were married 8 years, then He's only 2 years before he's meeting her, right? So this is Lucius in 1900. There's Gus Jackson, who was the head of the house in 1910, even. Okay. Where were they in 1910? So they're in Quitman. They're in Quitman in 1900. That part of the family is. In 1910, Lucius, is he in Quitman? Yeah, he's still in Quitman. So it stands to reason that maybe, just maybe, Sarah is not so far. So I'm gonna view the image. They're on page, oh, can't make that bigger. They're on page 31 of 49. And I'm going to just come right here. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to open 1910 back up. I mean to open, I mean to open up 1900. And view the image. So Lucius is in the same place in terms of the county, state, and that. He's already 21. Most men at the age of 21 are probably married already. I don't know. I shouldn't say that, but all right. So here's this family. Um, they have children living. Let's see. This Lucius, he's single. He doesn't have any children living. Lucius says he's born in Alabama. I don't think I realized that. His mother, Mississippi, Virginia, Tennessee for her parents. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for North Carolina. So here's the North Carolina, but it's just the birthplace of this person's father still. That's a Leona Harper. So, hey, hey. No, go on out there. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm looking for North Carolina. So here we go. I'm going up the sheet. North Carolina. I see some North Carolinas. I'm still looking for more because we got two people that we know that were born in North Carolina, and so was their parents. So it shouldn't, so I could just scroll and look. So they're on page 10 or 20. How many, not that. Um, so here, it's going down. I'm gonna start at the bottom of one page, scroll up on the next. Because if they're in someone else's home, it's harder to find them because they might have the same last name as the other, just by meaning of slashes, they might not have it. So here I see those are saying South Carolina, um, which you want to pay attention to. But I'm really looking for North Carolina. So I'm at the top. I should be at the top. Okay, so now I'm going down. I'm not paying attention to the names. I'm really just focusing. Here's a North Carolina, a Mitchell Long. Because I'm also just looking, to see, you find some North Carolinians that you might see something common about them. They may have come from North Carolina together or something. So I'm really not paying attention so much to the last names right now. I'm really keeping my focus on looking for a full line that says North Carolina. Just making sure I'm at the bottom. You should, when you flip the page, you really should be in the same place on the other one. So if I start down here and end at the top, let me see, let me go back. So I got, so this is hard to see, but it does not look like North Carolina. All right. So I started on page 10. I'm just going one way first. So I should be at the top. I don't understand this. So but there's North Carolina, Tennessee. All right, so here's where patience kicks in, right? Like I really don't want to keep going. I really want to just, go the other way, but I'm gonna just go ahead and get it over with. And this might be a good time to also, you know, be charting some things like that I did this already. I mean, the only thing about doing something already is that you might be deterred from doing it again, and you never know what you might find when you see it again with new eyes or fresh eyes or whatever. So like that's probably the best reason to not go for that. So look, I found at least right here a North Carolina straight across, right there at the top of the screen. So I'm seeing a North Carolina straight across. His name is Graham Hall, and what is just trying to figure out his household right quick. So it looks like a wife and two children. The children were born in Mississippi. His wife is born in Mississippi. It's very similar to Sarah, being that um, she was born in Mississippi and her parents too, and now she's in. So I'm looking, that's what I'm looking for. That is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for North Carolina straight across. See another one. So here's another North Carolina straight across. Last name Boss. Looks similar, like a small family or, like four children. Okay. So that was page one. So thanks to Arthur Gray, I can just go right there and go back to page 10 because I didn't know that. You could just do that. And now I'm going to go the other way. So just doing the same thing. I'm just out in the backyard with my buddy who is gonna always do something wicked, like digging up the yard. He got a whole space and area that he can dig in, but he wanna dig where it's green. So it must be something about the smell or something about like digging in the green. So let's see. Used to be okay. So here's some North Carolinians. Well, their father was born in North Carolina, according to the middle line here. So if that's the case, you can already see that this is a mother or a father here, or a sister or a brother, sister-in-law. Now I could just go out and put in the name Sutton and do a search for, beat for equipment Mississippi, which is, maybe I didn't do that before. Like I started working on them early on in my search about 5 years ago. So, the things that I did then are certainly going to be not as strategic, but I was just hoping they were close by. Maybe I overlooked something. I'm going to go back. I'm almost there. 5 more pages. 5 more pages. You just got to have some patience. Now, 5 more pages, and you might not find anything. But look, here's a look at this. Here's a Sarah, and she's too old to be my Sarah according to that. But at least she was born in North Carolina, straight across the board. But I don't think that is my Sarah, but it could be because I don't know. I don't trust a lot of things. Like, what if they change the age? Because I think that her age is written over. But if she had 6 kids already, and I think that that says that she was 26. So here's a North Carolina straight across the board. A Price. Here's a North Carolina, Virginia. It's painstaking, but it's worth it. Okay, so just 4 more pages to go. I just think they would have been closer. Um, Irish Canadian. I never. Irish Canadian. Birthplace is Irish Canadian. It's a place called Irish Canadian. Here's North Carolina across the board. Mr. Bell, which is a connection. That last name I've been working on here, associated with this family. This reminds me of like when you on a, like you had see the golf tournaments and it's like it's so quiet, right? And then I wish I could commentate like that. That would be kind of fun to see. Okay, so I mean they might not be in B4 yet. They might be, but they definitely should be in Mississippi because okay, so that's it. That's 2020. So okay, so I don't find them there. So now I don't mean to do that. I'm gonna do a search. Maybe if I talked in like what they call what third person is it third? When you're talking first person, you're saying I. Like, first person is me, myself, and I, right? And then second person, I don't know, I forget. But if I spoke as if I were, so now I'm gonna do a search. Like instead of saying that, if I had said, so now she's gonna do a search for the Sutton family out of Mississippi, in the Quitman, Mississippi area. So I'm going all collections. I would have to talk in third person. I think that is. I have to talk like that to accomplish that. Would be interesting. I don't want to confuse anything. So I'm not even going to put first names. Now, this might be something that I didn't do years ago. So I'm going to just put that and then I'm going to put Quitman. First of all, I remember that they said they came from a place in North Carolina called Vance County. And they went to, and then they came into Quitman and they called that community Vance. So I'm sure that the Vance County, North Carolina, and the Vance County Quitman has something to do with politics. Like there were brothers whose last names were Vance, and because I did do a little research on the environment, not a lot, but a little bit, and I understood once I knew about that I saw Vance, and one of our cousins told me that it was called Vance in Mississippi also, and I said, okay, well this they must have been a place called Vance in North Carolina then. Anyway, and something like that. So I'm gonna put in Vance Quitman, Mississippi, because I think they came from North Carolina with brothers who are written about in politics in those communities, working for them or something like that. So now I'm going to put like a birth year. So it just went. So here, this is actually, it just went with no birth year, which is fine. So I'm getting draft cards, and this is Dora. This is definitely my Dora. This is my great grandmother Sarah's sister. I should have that saved. Maybe I don't. Let's see. This would be for her son, maybe born in 24. So I mean, this is late, but I know Dora was a Watson. Oh, she married a Watson. So why would his last name be? Who is she supposed to be then? Does it say? So what I'm thinking is that she could be his aunt. No, because it doesn't say. But I can't save it to anyone. because Doris is not selectable, and I don't know who JW is right now, so I can't save it right now. So I'm going to. Maybe she was his sister if that was 1940, but Dora. Well, Dora's father did continue having children up in age, so it could be. So I'm going out of there. I'm just looking for Suttons in 1900. So eventually, I'm going to get to that. I just looking. All right. So I got to get back here to do that. But right now, I just want to look and see what other Suttons are over here. HP. Yeah. See, now HP is Dora's brother. And her last name, I believe, is Watson, not Watts. But that's the same Dora. So Dora must have been a pretty stable person in their life. So I might be looking at other Suttons that I need to spend some time on. So what I'm going to do here now is so I want the Suttons that I'm looking for. I want to go to census. Is my wheel turning? Okay. And then once I click that census, I'm going to go to 1900. And I'm specifying that so that they could show me Suttons that are in Quitman in that area in 1900. So here we have Birdie, a John. They're in beat 5. Okay, so generally they're gonna put right at the top the Suttons that are in Quitman because I have Quitman here. So I'm gonna make it a little bit more defined by sliding the scale from broader to more exact. And let's see what happens. Okay, so they still have Shelby, so Shelby is probably really close or something. I know I got to do some mapping. Probably should take a mapping class. So yeah, Coahoma. I know they were in Coahoma. Um, okay, so now I'm gonna do a little bit more exact. Okay, so no, it can't be that exact. So now I'm gonna just go look at Birdie, and John might be in the same house with Birdie. Birdie and John. They are a white family according to this. So where are they in Mississippi? So now I want to broaden it even more. So going back to my search filters. And I'm going to edit the search. And I'm going to take out Vance and put, leave it just Mississippi. And I'm going to look for Beatrice. Beatrice was the one who was born in should have been maybe around 1 years old, between 1 and 3. So I'm just gonna put 1900. I'll put 1902, and I'm gonna go ahead and put lived in Quitman. See what we can get. So this doesn't look good. So I just, I just might not be able to find them that way. This is why. So I'm sort of exhausting my alternatives, except that there's a sister whose name is Lily. So if I go back to trees, there's a sister I believe that is older than my Sarah that I found. Um, so I'm going to look for Lily. Here's Lily. Oh, she is younger. It was really difficult to find her, but I did. We have DNA matches that are from her lineage that I left notes for if they should find me saving her. But so I found her also in equipment when I view the record. Let's see if it gives me some hints for her for 1900. So she has a daughter, but she's only 3. So she would have been 10, but she would have been in the house with that family. No, no, no. Suggested hints. But from here, if I do a search for her, they should look for her in the house with the Bryant with those sisters' names. Maybe, just maybe. And maybe, just maybe, somehow we'll come up with a death certificate that mm-mm. Her last name was Cummings, the last of her. So I do have an application here. So let's see. With the name like Pecola, it should be, Pecola might not be hard to find. So let's see, here's another Social Security application. What I'm looking for is maybe something new, like this. I don't know how they associating it, but that's not her. I guess I'm gonna have to go in. Let me see. So I'm looking for Pecola. I'm gonna look at Pecola right now because of the unique last name. Maybe somebody who is saving Pecola maybe might be able to find. So Pecola um, birth index. So here's Pecola. She was living in Arkansas, so we can C, I believe this is her. I'm not absolutely sure, but I do have it saved to a private tree that where I'm trying to work her out. And she was in Arkansas in 36. Maybe her parents were there. Maybe her mother passed away there. I don't know. But I do know that my aunt told me that they were, she did see them and um, at reunions. So she was born, she's saying here that she was born in Arkansas, died in Ohio. So let me look at her in the tree where I was trying to work her out. This is a private tree that I was trying to work her out of. And so this would be her mother. Maybe I got somewhere here. So so it says here an Indiana death certificate, but is this for her? Yeah, this is a death certificate for her. Looks like maybe her child. So this is a death certificate for her daughter, and it won't give much more information about. Well, maybe that was some information actually, because if because I do believe it says the address or the current living situation for the mother. So maybe the mother. So no, this is the informant's name, which is Lily. So it doesn't tell you where the parents um, reside or anything like that. So there's some hints for her. So maybe, just maybe. So it looks that she was a Friesen last. She did marry quite a few times. That makes it harder to find people. But Ollie Bell was born in 1906. Jesse and Piccola 1919 and 21. And then Eugene, Ethel, and Luther. So she was a Friesen at last. So I might need to make some corrections. So let me see. Maybe this will lead me to some death information for her. So no hints for Luther. I mean, that could be Luther. I'm waiting for suggested hints to show up over here. Bryson is usually spelled with the E in it, and I'm sure of it that. So I don't know if making those corrections will help. But no suggested records show up over here like this. This is how I usually see it. Right. So let's see. Siblings. Let's try Eugene. I got some hints for Eugene. Maybe it will be leading. All I want to know is the mother. Okay, so here's a World War II card, and so I really need to be saving this family of outside of this tree. I need to be adding these records to my public tree, and I still wanted to get back to Lawrence Faison that I started off with. So let's see. Elijah Faison, father, some kind of address in Crittenden, Arkansas. He says he was born in Memphis, Tennessee. Did his parents stay in Memphis, Tennessee? So I'm just going to do yes. And I really need the only way to transport this information over is to do it line by line. That's why when you're working in a private tree and you begin to see clearly that that you're looking at the right people, and if you're going to share your tree publicly, and most people who share their tree publicly do it because they want to they want to find their relatives, they want to share their story and have people help them make the connections, and that's what I want to do. So I do need to do this, but for years, if I wasn't sure I had it all together proper, I just wasn't doing that. So now I want to find this father, because wherever he is, that's where my aunt Lily is, right? So I don't have a death index on him, but I do have a death date. So why? How? Probably veterans. Okay. So let's see what the hint is. I just, okay, three ancestry member trees. Let's see. Toriana W. And these are people who, and myself. So Toriana, I'm pretty sure it's a DNA match, but let's see. It looks like she has the same records. She has a death. So maybe when you pull up a death index, maybe, just maybe, okay, a birth date, a last residence, a date. I don't think I have this. I do believe I have Elijah in my public tree. So, okay, so I'm going to save it to my public tree. Save to someone in your tree. Going to my public tree. And I'm looking up for Frierson. I probably spelled it more correct. And I'm looking for, oops, no comma, Elijah. Maybe not. So what I'm doing is I'm going to just go to Lily. And I'm not going to attach it to her. But what I'm going to do is I can get to her this way. So she was a Cummings after she was a Frierson. So stopping on Frierson is not going to help me. So that's Lily. She was not a Frierson last. She was a, yes, she was. She should have been a Frierson last. Okay, so I need to change this around. So edit, get it. And I need to put Cummings in. Okay, so that's better. Okay. I know she was born in North Carolina, just don't know where. So that's done. And now I'm going to go to make sure I have Elijah. So I have him under Elijah. Edit. I'm not gonna change Elijah. I'm just gonna put Elijah in front and save. Then I'm gonna hit the back key and I'm gonna go back and get that record again. And save it. Summary entry. I keep wanting to put a comma and that don't get it. A comma, if you do a last name first search. Oh, I should have got the birth date. That's okay. So I'm not sure if I had all of these hints before, but these are probably the same ones that I saved in the other tree. But I'm gonna save this to him. Yes. And I'm gonna get the birth date this time. And this is not how to spell Tutwiler. So you have to go in and you have to go back and you have to um if you're not sure about the spelling, you might put like Tut and the choices will come up. But I'm pretty sure it's TT and then W. T and W. I. Let's see. Mm-mm. So I'm just going. Oh, there it is. See, TU, TUT. I just saw it. I think it's Tallahatchie. TUT, TW. Just saw it. Okay, let's see. I thought I saw Tallahatchie along with it. I see this popping up, but mm-mm. All right. So that's when you go. I mean, this is so that like I hate getting stuck on stuff like this. They spell it even different ways. Look at that. It's one T right here. Right, Tallahatchie. Tallahhat. Tall. a hat. I guess they are trying to let me put one in. Let's see. Yeah, it's one T. Definitely one T and one L. Well, I didn't know that. So this is actually right. There it is. So that's what's in their database. You gotta, that's crazy. So anyway, I'm trying to figure out where was Lily at when she passed away. So where was he? He passed away where he was in the military. So he was not in the military when he passed. So where? Come on, y'all, give me something. Um, come on now. I want like a death certificate. And when I call people like my aunt, people, their patients, they, and then when you're trying to provoke their memory, sometimes you just don't know what it brings up, and so I get some cooperation. I do, and they try, but they like to pass the buck. It's like, oh, I'm not so sure about that. Ask Junior. Oh, you should ask Dorothy. I'm not so sure, but Dorothy knows. She for sure would know. And it's like, okay, y'all. So I just have to do as much work as I possibly can. Hey, girl, I'm out here in the back. What you doing?
What?
I said I'm out here in the back, but I'm on the live stream. But I'm on the live stream doing this some genealogy. You want to come on?
Do that again?
I said I'm on the live stream, but I'm on YouTube.
Oh, you on a live stream? Oh, you talking to people?
I don't know. Let me see if anybody is with me. Yeah, peace and love. Timbuk, son of Papoose. That's really cool. Hey, Ty. Yes, a few people here with me.
Yeah.
Zebulon,
Hold on
Vance,
a minute.
and NEM. I wonder what that
I
means.
put my computer up here because
KSR.
I
Peace and
have a
love, y'all.
supervisor, and I don't need her to be into what I'm doing on the company computer. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Okay. So how do I get on your live stream? Can you send it to my email?
yeah. I'm gonna send the link to you.
Okay. My email is chandra.london@yahoo.com. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
okay, okay. So, yeah, Grand Rising, y'all. So I'm just out in the backyard, right? And I'm trying to find my aunt. I'm trying to find one of the girls. Lily is a bunch of five sisters who were born in North Carolina. Well, two of which, three maybe. So her sisters. These are her sisters. Where are they? So where's siblings? These are her sisters. She is one of two. Her and Sarah were born in North Carolina. The other three were born in Mississippi, and I can't find them in 1900. And I cannot find Mr. Sutton. I think that I have the right record for him. I did save it. But anyway, let me come over here and look at this link. I'm gonna put the link in the chat just in case anybody want to come in or have can. But I want to put it here so I can send it to my friend girl, one of my besties, who lives in Atlanta. who's kind of interested in learning how to do some of this stuff, right? And I'm going to send, she wants me to send it to her email, but I'm not going to remember that. And I don't want to be too distracted because I do need to be, I want to be off by 10 o'clock. So what I'm going to do is send the link to her text and tell her to send it to herself. Um, so let me see, what is that? That is, um, I can barely see with the sunlight. Y'all, sorry. DVT. She said I'm showing my age when I read letters out loud. To remember them. PXUS. All right. Sorry about that. But so y'all are on this journey that I'm on right here where I am actually going through the pain of trying to find this family. Now I do believe that this might be Bryant Sutton, who was born near Kinston in North Carolina, according to this record. And why is because I have found DNA connections that lead back to this place, but it's just so hard to know. So this is, I don't have. There's Bryant Sutton. He's a master laborer. He's born in North Carolina. His appointment was in North Carolina. He's employed by Hollow Creek. And oh no, I'm sorry, I went down. I should be looking at this line. I should be looking at this line. So I'm gonna put the hand there and stay there. So right, so he's following right New Use River near Kinston, but it doesn't say anything about the person's color. And then so maybe because the person above him, Peebles, is got all the same information. You know, just maybe I should do some research on him. But all of these places that I'm seeing, like around here, I found DNA connections that go with. Okay, so I think that that's him, but I'm not absolutely sure that that record is for him. And I don't have a death certificate for him. All I want to know is where is he from? Is he really from New Use? According to 1910, his birthday is 1865. I don't have any hints for him. I'm going to do a search for him. Oh, let me see if my. Okay, I don't have my friend yet. He wasn't in Illinois. Let's see. Here's Frank Sutton. So, where do I get Frank from? I mean, this could be him. I don't know. I have saved this Frank. He's not attached to him. I've saved this Frank to start doing some work on to see if he would pan out. So this is like a Frank that I dropped in the tree. He's not connected. He's just dropped in the tree. And I have a note to myself, merge if he's the same as Brian. I haven't even connected that family. And the reason why is because to connect this family in 1870, you don't know who's who. So I would have to connect this family. I would have to assume who's the parents. I would assume Winnie that's the female. So is she the mother? Is Susan the mother who's 35? Who is Robert? He's 7 years old. He could be either their daughter, son. It's just a lot. But there's Benjamin Sutton underneath. So it is some Suttons running together there. It's probably worth the try. Definitely worth the try. And so that's why I'm stuck. That's why I'm stuck. So it's a lot of ways you could go, but this person right here, when I do a shared match, the higher match is Jacqueline Holloman. So when I do a shared match on her, I'm looking for, can I get a higher match? Can I get some matches that match with the people that I know are Suttons for me? So right now, I'm not. Right now, when I do higher match, I'm staying in the area of just her and her brother. But Ancestry DNA will not show you matches if they don't match. If they don't match you at 20, I can have people matching these people from my Sutton line, but Ancestry may not show me if they don't match these people more than 20 centimorgans. So the only way I can do this is I can go into, let's go, and we're going to put Dorothy with her brother, my father. And now I'm going to go into shared matches for Dorothy, my aunt, and my father. Let me see if my girlfriend showed up. She's still not here. So now I'm going to, okay, where am I? Where's my list of all matches? No. Where am I? So this is, so all of these people here are Suttons also. All of these the first four, these people have Sutton DNA, but they also have the Jackson DNA, the Carver DNA. So I want something tighter than that. So then this is not a Sutton. This is not a Sutton DNA match. Sutton DNA matches. These people have Sutton, Carver, Jackson. Um, it's not always Finner, but many Finner. So it's all the way down here, all the way down here. When I get to Pearly Taylor, and now Pearly Taylor has a public tree. She has a public tree. She's attached to her Sutton tree. I have Dora in my tree. I have Brian in my tree. Why they are not showing us common ancestors, I don't know. Because clearly, Dora is Sarah's sister. I don't know what she doesn't have or what I don't have. We should be showing a common ancestor here because these people are in my tree and they are also in her tree. I don't understand why. And maybe she just made herself public. But the thing is, she is a Sutton match. She is Dora's daughter. Dora's granddaughter. Dora is Sarah's sister. So if it's a lot to follow along, it is. But if you followed along, you would know that Bryant and Dora, Gussie is not Dora's mother. Maybe that's the problem. She has that Dora. Does she even have any sources for Dora? Gussie is not Dora's mother. This is why it's really important. Look at Dora. Let me make sure. Like maybe I'm tripping out. Okay. Okay. Dora was born in Mississippi. Her father was born in North Carolina. Her mother was born in North Carolina. Gussie was not born in North Carolina. So what this person needs to do, Pearlie needs to do, is she needs to correct that because just put unknown. But she was on last month. I'm gonna try to reach out to her. This is somebody I could get in touch with via my aunt. So a lot of people don't want to face it. Like they don't. They know that they knew that Gussie raised her, and they think it's offensive, but it's not true. It's not true. So look, so she has a death index and a social security. So maybe she got something because she been working on this tree. So maybe she can. Maybe we got a death index for Dora. We have a death date for Dora. Do I have that? They still should show us as having a common ancestor in Bryant. So I don't have this. So now at least I have a death. So maybe if with a death notice I can get maybe I can get a name for her Dora's mother. But guess what? Most people, the informant that put do the death certificate, they put the mother that they think it was. So I still might not. So I'm saving this to Dora Sutton right here. So I can see I did not see you can see right here. I did not have a death date for Dora. Now I have a death date for Dora. So maybe that will generate. Let's see if my friend showed up. She'll be upset if I don't add her and she shows up. So now that I've done that, maybe it'll generate a death certificate. She died in 73. I don't know if I could get a death certificate, but now that I've added that, I'm doing a search for Dora. So what do I have? So it also shows you here what records you already have for Dora. I don't have a 1940. This could be her in 1940. Let's see. 48. Monroe. No, she wasn't married to a Monroe. She was married to a Grant Watkins. Let's see. Buenos dias.
Hi, this is a friendly reminder.
Okay, that ain't cool, huh? Yeah. So let's see. Maybe she was a Betts. Let's see. This her. I know she's the. I know that she is the mother. No, no, that's not her. So I, I don't know. She was. It was August. that she passed. It was 1896. I'm looking for suggested records over here. Um, okay, so let's see. That could be her. I do have it saved to my shoebox. No suggested records are coming, but I just can't do it. I can't do it. There's no way that I could take that because I just don't know. All right. Oh, wait, there was something for Cook County birth certificate? No. Mm-mm. It's so. Okay. So, let's see. So, what other trees is she using to support her? She's using someone here, Lattimore, a Terry Tompkins. So let's see. Who is this Lattimore? Because I don't remember seeing this person. Oh, oh, so that I think I have seen this person before. Let's see. Did she have, if she has DNA, she might match my aunt or my dad. But the thing is, she might not even have one. We don't know. It would be nice if Ancestry would put up a so maybe that's someone in her family, but they all not paying attention to the fact that Gussie is not her mother by biological, which means we won't find her mother. Literally, we can't find her mother just because people are not paying attention to that. And you can't go around telling people that their grandmother wasn't who they thought it was technically, right? All right. People know I'm home. And when people know you home, ooh. So anyway, look, this can't help me. Like I want to tell her don't do this, but I just don't think she'll be susceptible. So Pearly is related to both the mother and father of Sara Sutton, just like my family is. So I think I say this hopefully. So I'm going back to her, right? Because now I can look at the DNA matches that we share. She did, at least she did take the test and share a tree so we can see clearly. So see, they have a higher match because of that. They have 157 centimorgans. Okay, that's good. We're gonna come on. Okay. And then so I got stuff going on. That's it. Okay, yeah. I'm just doing too much stuff. I swear I am. All at once. This is why it's hard to. So she is. Come on. So I want to compose S L E S and now I gotta do this all over again. Where oh no, I could just go back to the text. So all I gotta do is go in here. Forgive me. That's what I just. So I gotta go to this message and I gotta hold it down. Copy it. I gotta talk out loud to myself. I have to talk out loud to myself to stay focused. I know y'all know what I'm saying. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Come on, somebody. Ain't that how they say it? Now, now I can't type in it. What have I done? Wonder if you could put a link in a subject line and it go like and it be where you could use it. Hmm, routine GF3HS. Okay. people like like now I took all that time to do that, and I'm sorry about it because everybody could use a break, because maybe that could be a good like quick break to run and do something or something. But now I gotta kind of get back to the shared matches, because the shared matches for her and Dorothy are going to be the shared matches, because of the unless they have double matches, it's going to be all Sutton and whatever their mother's name is, right? All these people, which I know those are all Sutton. I know how they match. But when I get down to Jeremiah Graham, I don't know, you know. Let's see. So these people all should be people who are related because of those two. And see, here's the Smith, right? Which I saw somewhere else. Okay, I can go there. So all of these people are related, should be related because of the Sutton family and whatever their mother's name is. I don't know what her name is. So the only thing I have is if people have trees to try to figure them out, to see if I could find a common ancestor. All right. So now these are the matches that are Sutton slash, I don't know. Okay. Most of these matches should lead to North Carolina. So let's look. Let's look. I'm going to go with Terry Dickens, I believe I figured out. Let's see. Right. Okay. So Terry Dickens, I figured out, is coming from this Harper connection. This Harper, her father, whose mother is the daughter. So her father received um, his last name from his maternal side, and she doesn't have any sources. But his father is Nathan. She has two sources for Nathan. Nathan in 1910, that Nathan, he's in Deep Creek, Edgecombe, North Carolina. So I've already worked out this connection to match with some of the other DNA matches. So I should have this saved. Back then, I don't think I was saving these files to my public tree. See, I was saving it here first, but now I do have this in my public tree. Only thing is, I haven't been able to connect them to our family. I could connect them to each other. Them is the DNA connections. So I've been able to connect them, some of the DNA connections together, how they match each other. Okay, so here we go. So I'm gonna now. Oh, let's see. Did she come in? I'm nope, she's not here. Okay, let's see. Sister Phyllis, peace and love. Let's see. Great day, peace to the chat. Yeah. Hey y'all coming in, huh? Hanging out. Let's see. Oh, I can hide this now. Okay, let's see. Last name Sutton, where are they located? So the Suttons in 1910, they're in Quitman, Mississippi, a community called Vance. But they came from North Carolina, but I don't know where exactly, and I can't find them in North Carolina. Only thing I have about North Carolina is a lot of DNA connections that are from specific places in North Carolina. So I have an area, but I still haven't been able to nail it down. Sorry. Let's see. So Mixons, I have not seen that name. Now the Suttons, Sister Phyllis, I hope you're still there. The Suttons that I am talking about are, let's see if I have him open. This is my paternal side. This is my father's great grandfather. Um, this is who I think this is. I'm trying to merge him, this Frank that I found in. I don't know if this is him, but okay, I forget where I found that one at. But I'm going to go to my actual Sutton, which is Bryant Sutton. The earliest I can find Bryant, and I know it's him, is in 1910. And I should, I'm hopeful that I can find him in 1900, but maybe they missed the census and travel. But it says he was in Mississippi, according to his daughters being born in Mississippi. So he's in Quitman, Mississippi, but he was born in North Carolina. So here he is. This is the end that I'm at. This is the last record I could find for Brian Sutton, and I know it's him. It's in the earliest, I should say, the earliest record I find is here. He was born in North Carolina. He had been married twice. He was born in North Carolina. His parents were born in North Carolina. His wife, this is his second wife, who was born in Mississippi. But see his first three daughters that are here. He has five daughters in the house with him right now: Dora, Charity, and Beatrice. Then there's Ruby and Willie, which my father knows all of them or knew. And Dora, these are his aunts. Dora, the first three, Dora, Charity, and Beatrice, they say that their mother was born in North Carolina. But the younger two, Ruby and Willie, they say their mother was born in Mississippi. They are making a clear distinction that their mother was a different mother than Gussie, right here, who was born in Mississippi. I am trying to find their mother. I'm also trying to find their I'm also trying to find their father, Bryant Sutton here. I'm trying to find his family. And the only way I'm doing it is using DNA. I'm finding the DNA connections, but I'm not finding uh, a clear way to connect them. So I'm just still working on it. So this is his daughter, Sara. This is my father's mother's father, Lucius. This is Sara. Sarah's, and they're in the house with in-laws. So, but Sara was born in North Carolina. So right here, initially they said that Sara was 22. I believe Sara was 22. I did notice today that she had 6 children and 2 living. But this is my grandmother, my father's mother, Gladys, right here. Okay. So I know that this is consistent. Gladys's mother was born in North Carolina. So I'm sure about that. We know Sara is a Sutton by record, and we know about Bryant. We know about Bryant and oral history. We know about these aunts. Many of them moved to Chicago. So that's where I'm at. Let's see. Right, check Alabama. Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to figure out where they were. They could have been in Alabama, headed towards North Carolina. I did look, you know, like a general search of Suttons in the area to see if I could find Bryant in the home with Dora Charity and daughters Dora Charity, Sarah, and there's one more, Lily, that all should have been, even if she was 26, she would have been 16, but I think she was 22 and 12 years old in 1900 for my grandmother, my great grandmother. So I'm now, so then that took me to the DNA connections. So these are DNA connections that I'm looking at that are related to the cousin, this cousin. So when I go back, this cousin, Pearly Taylor, she's the granddaughter. Well, let's find out. Pearly Taylor, and looking at her tree, she is the granddaughter. Her father is Dora's son. Now she has that Gussie is Dora's mother, but Gussie is not Dora's mother, and and because Gussie raised Dora, then I do believe people are emotionally connected to that information and um, difficult to, to have them to change it. So I don't have anything from any of those sisters that were born to the mother who was born in North Carolina. I don't have any death information, death certificates, anything for them. So when I go to Pearly, which is the reason they are cousins, is because of Bryant Sutton and that mother who was also born in Carolina. And I do those shared matches. I'm looking at people who are related. The first top 7 or so, maybe even more, I know how they match. I know the difference, except let's say this person, Graham. He has an unlinked tree, and it's only one person in the tree. I can't. There's nothing I can really do with that. So I could build on it, but that's, I know who Carletta Jones is. I know that Torian, like these people are connected to a tree, but because they have, I believe it's because they have a mother in that slot, or just have not put in, they have not put enough information. So this person, for example, this is Toriana. Toriana, see, she goes Gilmer to Gilmer. Ollie Bell is Lily Sutton's daughter. Lily is in my tree. So we technically, in any other situation, Ancestry's database would show you a common ancestor. Um, but maybe it's because she does not have parents. I don't know what just happened right there. I don't know why they don't have a common ancestor, because we share DNA and we also have the same people in the tree. So shared matches on Torian should lead to North Carolina, because that's where they were from. And it does lead to North Carolina. So I'm using the DNA connections. So these are the shared matches. Um, so here's a new person, Leslie Jones. Let's see. Okay, so I have worked on this Jones family, which seems to be leading to Jewel Lemons. It's sort of hard to figure out like exactly how that works. So I'm going. I was trying to find one that I worked on that takes me into North Carolina, but people would have to have a tree. So I'm just waiting for those to download. So basically, what I am showing is how I've been using DNA to connect to people, to be able to use any tree information they have, to see how they are connecting to each other. If I can find the common answer that they have between each other, it will help me to I fit somewhere in between. I fit somewhere in between the way they match each other. So I got a slow connection, I guess, because no trees are showing up for me to look at. But let me come back over here for a little while. Okay. Okay. So I gotta supposed to do something at 10 o'clock. I'm supposed to get ready and go. So this I'm not gonna think that this is a bill that didn't warrant documenting. Hopefully, it will be helpful to someone. It is very painstaking trying to find your, to trace and track down your family. Sometimes even using DNA because you have a lot of dead ends. You have a lot of people who just do not. Um, I'm looking here. I don't even know where that was. I was looking for. I don't think I closed it out. Did I shut it off? I was looking for the shared matches. Okay, so you have a lot of people now. Right now, I'm gonna just do a refresh, and maybe it'll show up. Some of the tree information. But what I stopped showing was how I had a Harper who I was able to connect to a hooker, and which connects to another match. And so, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to let's see. I'm gonna let's see. My friend girl did not show up. Let's see. I just put a call in. Let's see. I think everything is running a little slow. I'm trying to put that up on the screen. I'm gonna just remove myself. I just put a call in to one of the Suttons I know. Her brother said they have roots in North Carolina. He has heard of, okay, Ruby. His grandmother is Etna Washington. You know what? I'm gonna put my email again in here. You know, I'm taking all the help I can get when it comes to genealogy and brainstorming. If you will communicate with me through this email, I would love to speak with that person and see if we have a connection. Um, because this is one of my brick walls, as they call them. The only thing I have is I have the connections that tell me that there are plenty of people who are related to that family taking the test or have taken the test, and that people are trying to make connections. And so I that's really all I that's really all I have now, is to try to figure it out that way. Because what I do have, one of the things that I'm not saying that I have, that I do have, all these tabs. See, this is a problem. Okay, one of the things that I do have that I haven't said is going back again and talking to the people who said, "Oh, I just don't know," and passing the buck. He should know, and he should know, and they should know, and go to them again and tell them that I need their help again, because they have information that can help if they'll just go pull out that box in the attic, go down in the basement and get that suitcase of pictures that you didn't know who the people were. Let's try. So you have a lot of family members who are older and they just don't see the need to go through all of that trouble. That's what they might say. They just don't want to remember, um, and we never know why. It could be that they don't remember. So I'm going to my aunt. What I'm doing right now is I'm going to my aunt, and I know because of the research that I have been doing, I know that we connected to a Nathan Hooker who I was able to talk to the family. So from here, I'm going to go search right here in this area. Did I stop? I did share my screen again. Let me see. Okay. Ruby was one of the 5 daughters you named. Let's see. I hope it is the same Ruby. Now, Ruby is the daughter of Gussie. I have talked with some of the descendants that are really the descendants of Gussie, the mother that was born in Mississippi. And I asked them, if they knew anything about North Carolina, where in North Carolina, or the mother of the other girls, and you know, it's just not getting me anywhere. So I do hope that that's the Ruby. As for certain, I do. Because if they can connect me, if they can say, well, we're the Suttons that were in North Carolina, and somebody knows something. Okay, so I was working here, so I was showing how I already had a DNA connection. Her name was Terry Dixon or Dickens, who led me to this Nathan Harper. And although his last name was Harper, I found that his father, he was named Harper. His father was named Nathan Harper. And I say that he should be a hooker. Now, probably in my private tree, I worked out something that helped me to know that. But let's see, why do I think that? Their last name should be Hooker. Why do I think that? Well, it would certainly be because of his here. So here we have someone that says why. It's because although some are saving Daniel Hooker and Sarah Harper, meaning he took on his mother's last name. So that's one person that's saving, two persons that's saving here, three, four. So few people that's saving that. Um, about half of the people who are saving this family are saving Daniel Hooker. Now, I did the work, and in this case, I'm asking y'all to trust me. Trust me, I did the work to figure out if, in fact, Daniel Hooker is likely the father here. So for this Alice Davis, she has an 1880. Let's see, what does she have for Daniel? She has an 1870 and an 1880. What does she have for Sarah? Why is it that he didn't get Hooker? She has an 1880. So all three of them have an 1880. So I'm going to view this 1880. It could be that Daniel was using the last name Harper. I really don't know right now. What I do know is that we connect to this family, the Hooker family. So Although Sarah is a Dickens, her records. So here we are. That's Sarah Hooker and Daniel Hooker. Um, so when I view it as a record, when did it change to Harper? So somebody made a note here. That's selectable. So when I select it, you have to select twice to see who it is. You got to go back twice. The first time they offer you, well, now 3 times, I guess. I don't know. The first time, usually they offering you, okay, so this person is the person. And it says added maiden name, certificate of marriage is the source. So J.C. Crump, 89, in 2017 made that contribution that her maiden name is Harper. Okay. So how is it that Nathan got Harper rather than Hooker? So we have an 1884 Nathan. Here's Nathan. So that was his mother, supposed to be his mother in 1880. Well, Nathan, so this is saying that if Sarah is his mother, this is saying that Sarah was born in 1830 and he was born in 1841. 11 years old, it's a possibility. It's a possibility she was born before then. Okay, so where's he at? He's a Harper, according to this, in 1880. But he's no one has, let's see about his death certificate. No one seems to be having a reason. He, he stayed a Harper. Um, Maybe it's just because all of the DNA connections. I don't know. So I'm going to go into. So it stands to reason that in 1870 he would have been, if Daniel is his father in 1870. Where is Daniel? He's in Hookerton. There's Sarah. Some other probably brothers and sisters. So that would be Sarah. I don't know. It's a lot of stuff to work out because surely I'm looking for them. It might not even be highlighted. This could be, yes, it's not even highlighted, but this is Daniel and Sarah, George, all the way down. So where is Nathan? All right. I don't know if it's because I took the consensus that I'm saying should be Hooker. If it is, I didn't mean to do that. I would have to have a lot more reason to call him a hooker. And I definitely worked on this for a long time. I don't, I really don't have a reason other than that, I probably tried to work it out in my other tree. But I do have plenty of DNA matches that are hooker matches. They do lead to the hooker family, and maybe that is why. So if I put in, so this is my aunt, and if I go into the search and put in hooker, and do a search, come back to the chat. Is the wheel turn? Okay, so the wheel is turning. While the wheel is turning, I'll come back over here. Um, okay, there she is. Hey, hey, let's go. Okay, so my friend girl is here, but I can't. Oh, there she is. She's on mute.